Surprise! Ladies and gentlemen, the Phantom Racing League is returning for Season 2. We are back. We are underway for some Phantom League action. This is the preseason before we get the official season underway, but first, I must introduce everyone to the inaugural Phantom Pro-Am Series. That is right. We are now 2 series in this league. The Pro Series, as you know, we'll still be racing on Thursdays. Their practice race will be on Thursday, November 2nd, I believe. So tonight, we will be getting to introduce our Pro-Am roster. At least the most of the drivers that have been able to make it tonight. Our Pro-Am drivers are getting accustomed to qualifying procedures as we speak, so while that's going on, my apologies, folks. So let's go ahead and talk about what we can expect here. So, a little bit late to the party, but better late than never. The Phantom Racing Series has finally switched to the next-gen cars. I know, just like about every other league on this game is running these cars, but we are finally doing it. So, a lot of our seasoned veterans in this series are making the switch over to this car. Some of them coming over to this series have already ran tons of laps in this car. They are very accustomed to it already. And now everyone with some of the guys that have raced in here before, plus a lot of the newcomers, are going to be learning how they race around each other, how they race, and all that stuff. Now, who should we start with? Let's go through the roster right now. I'm going to start with a good buddy of mine. I was actually talking with him earlier in the day. Someone I haven't talked to in a couple of years, actually. Ultra Citron, who, for the OGs of this channel, was the commentator for the original 2021 Phantom Racing League season. Him and his buddy Burns were in the booth, had some fun times in there back when I was racing in this series. He is back in Phantom, but as a driver in the Pro-Am series, he'll be driving the number 2311 racing car, sponsored by M&M's, or not M&M's. God damn it. Oh, M&M's. There's a big ass M on the hood. Okay, forgive me. You can put L's in the chat for that. That's fine. I deserve that. Sorry, I'm dying. I want to apologize to the viewers. Y'all gonna hear me cough every 5 minutes. God damn. So yeah, Ultra in the field. He had some pretty good pace in practice. This will be his first outing. Actually, he did run a race at Talladega in our first season, so this third place comment. Shout outs to Elvin and Parley who are in the chat, 2 of our Pro Series drivers. Parley, one of our Final 4 finalists last season, looking to get a rebound here, get himself another shot at the championship. Both those drivers still looking for a win, and Pro Series are going to be looking extra competitive. So, who else here? Also returning to Phantom competition is a seasoned veteran in MFF Ed, though. He will be making the step down to the Pro-Am series. He will be driving the number 77 car for Spire Motorsports. Ed, very well acquainted with this series, has done a lot of support for it. He's been here since the very beginning, has done a lot for the growth of this series, and he is continuing to show his support while also bringing the heat on the track as well. And I'm excited. He's been running a lot of the races last year with some of the best, but this is where he feels like he'll be most comfortable. And I mean, it is Pro-Am series. It's not entirely an amateur series. There's still going to be a lot of fast guys here as well. Hence the name Pro and Pro-Am. So it's going to be a great mix. A wide variety of drivers from all walks of life are going to be in this series. So we'll see how Ed mixes with these guys. I've raced him in another Pro-Am series. He's actually had some good runs over there as well. So I'm very excited. He seems to have adjusted to these next gen cars very well. Versus the old Gen 6 cars. Seemed like those weren't really his style, but with the stability of the next gens on a lot of these tracks, they have fitted him really well. As much of other drivers as well, but it seems like they've fitted him really well. At least that's what he told me. So I'm very excited to see what he is able to do. So look out for Ed in the 77. Mach 1 back in the 17, also returning. He will be in his familiar colors, number 17 Fastenal Ford. I'm not sure if he's racing tonight, but hopefully we will see him at some points throughout the year. That's some of the familiar names. Let's introduce some of the new guys, at least the ones that are in this race tonight. Let's start with the number 2 Discount Tire Ford. Will be driven by Mark McAtack. Probably a familiar name, those that have raced him in a public lobby, or maybe you've raced him in another league or something. Haven't seen a whole lot out of him. I'm looking forward to see how he does. I've heard he's really good. So he'll be one to look out for probably in this number 2 Team Penske Ford. Next up. So we got the number 5 car, HendrickCars.com, Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, driven by Tech Nasi, who I actually remember ran a race, big money race back in the summer. Had a top 5 car in that race. Unfortunately, lag issues took him out of it. And I think he'll be a contender in this series for sure. Because he's shown quite a bit of speed in the slider ranks, at least from what I heard. So watch out for the number 5 car of Tech Nasi. And you have the 34's MFF car also returning. He's been kind of on and off last season, had some breakout runs. Looking to turn that into a more consistent season. Maybe we can see him run up front more often. He'll be in the 34, loves Ford Mustang for Front Row Motorsports. And then next up, number 8, MFF Nomad. Also returning to the series, made a lot of starts last season. Got a couple top 5 runs in the playoffs. Had a strong showing there. Seemed like his runs were starting to become better as the season was progressing. Like he had a strong run at Talladega, Vegas, which we're racing at tonight, had a really fast car, and Homestead had absolute lights out speed firing off. He's getting closer to dialing it up. So, and I think in this series it'll finally show. So look out for Nomad, back in his familiar number in that number 8 RCR Chevrolet. Portal Guy, also returning to Phantom, another seasoned veteran. Back in his familiar number 47 for JTG Doherty Racing. He's been very outspoken of how much he hates the look of this car, and I'm in agreement with him. This is an ugly-ass paint scheme, but you know what? It suits him well. That number suits him well. I know exactly how that feels. Driving the number 66 car in the 2020 scheme was something I had to put myself through. I mean, I chose to do it because that's the car number I like to stick with, but that car is ugly as hell. So much nicer, the 2022 version with the white and the purple. Much better looking car. There's Shady in the chat. Shoutouts to Shady Acres. He'll be in for tonight. Or, not tonight, sorry. Unless he wants to come in tonight. He'll be in the booth on Thursday for the Pro Series practice race, as he will be taking over for that. I'm just here filling in for Hamlin Nation, who's supposed to be doing the coverage for the Pro-Am series. Unfortunately, he's not able tonight, so I am in for his place. And ladies and gentlemen, it's race time as we load into the lobby, and we're ready to go racing here. Oh crap. Why are we at Martinsville? Oh crap. I joined a little too early. Oh. Uh-oh. We might have a technical difficulty. Excuse me. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, for you eagle-eyed viewers out there, you will be able to notice that this is not Las Vegas, and also I should not be here. You know what, screw it, I'm staying. This will be a preview for tomorrow's race if you're watching the NASCAR Cup Series cutoff race for the Championship 4.
Alright, you're coming to the green.
As we take the green flag here at Martinsville Speedway, the green flag waves at half the field disappears. More cars are vanishing off. Technasi takes the lead, the 66 car up into second place, passing the 55 of Keith. Technasi trying to pull away from the 66 car. As we enter turn 3, I have no idea where I'm going. The 55 with a big send. Have one more lap to make the move. I overshoot the corner. Technasi still with a big lead. I get loose off the turn. I gotta make the transfer. I didn't make the transfer. I didn't make the transfer, guys. Alright, so this is why it's called a practice race. We are practicing. Get all of our kinks and mistakes out of the way, iron them out, and we'll be ready to go for the official start to the season. This isn't the actual start to the season. It's just a little preseason. Got a preseason game here. Get all of our starters warmed up, get some reps in. You know, all that sort of stuff. It was a fail melon is what that was. And they outlawed that move there not because it worked, but because they wanted to save the embarrassment that I just did for them. So this is why I am not a real life race car driver. This is why I am not Ross Chastain. As we get the new lobby loaded in, I have no idea what the starting lineup is. We'll just have to find that out. Actually, I can look back on its broadcast and see what the lap times were, and I can read those off for you guys. So it looks like Mark McAtack, living up to the hype that I just gave him in pre-race, did get the pole for tonight's practice race at a 30.360. Davey Allison, also in the field in the number 45 car, will be starting on the outside. Row 2 will have MFF Nomad. Outside of him is the 47 of Portal Guy. Row 3 will have Ultra Citron in the number 23 and MFF Ed, though, in the 77 on his outside in 6th. Row 4 has Technasi in the 5, and outside of him is MN Pro Trader in the number 44. So he's another new driver in this series. Starting ninth will be Rick Slick, another buddy of mine. Also joining the series, he will be in the number 99 starting P9, and Keith XX that you just saw on track at Martinsville in the number 55. He will start 10th. And I think that's going to be our starters for tonight, only 10. 10 of our 16 drivers got their engines fired and will be ready to go racing here in Sin City. Hopefully get all their chips lined up at the table, see who can cash in and win big. Now, granted, this is a practice race. They probably have like a couple of dollars laid down, and that's about it. I think this clock will hit 0 and we will be ready to go. Just got the word to join. Yeah, that didn't really help much. Once this starts, I want to thank everyone for tuning in as per usual. We got some new sponsors lined up for the new season. Of course, want to thank all of our already existing sponsors who continue to support the series. Everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, the Super Squad have been here since last season, and they continue to stick around and show their support. So I want to thank them for that. But we got some new supporters on board, including the Everything Stop Motion Network. Their YouTube channel is linked on the channel page. Go subscribe to them. And also, Billy Holcomb in the FTR Racing League are showing their support to Phantom. So, big shout out to Billy Holcomb. And Billy, if you're watching, I'm sorry if I hit you a couple times in the Ruthless race a couple nights ago. It was just some hard racing. It's just no hard feelings. It was a lot of fun. But, yeah, glad to have him on board. You know, there's a lot of his guys over at FTR have been coming over to this series, including guys like Technasi and Davey Allison. And Stag Slayer was supposed to be in the field tonight. He's unfortunately unable to make it, but he would have been in the field. And also, guys like iShoot, who are running in the Pro Series on Thursdays, he's going to make his return, and he will be full-time in the series. So here's our starting lineup. I already read it earlier, but here it is again. Let's get to our pole sitter. This is Mark McAttack in the number 2 with Davey Allison on his outside, Nomad and Portal, Ed on the outside in the 77. The green flag is waving, and the inaugural Phantom Pro-Am Series is underway. Now, for those that have been following along to other leagues, have probably gotten accustomed to seeing these cars on track, but this is new territory for Phantom. And for some of the drivers in this series are going to be learning how these cars race, as opposed to the Gen 6s. And one thing they'll notice immediately is how much more stable these cars handle on the straights and in the turns. These cars punch a much bigger hole in the draft. With more cars in it, the draft will be much stronger. The way these cars are lined up now, the cars at the back of it, like Technasi in the 5, and Rick in the 99, those cars are really going to be feeling it back there. Mac drifting up the track. Nomad up into second place, got around Davey Allison in the 45. Portal Guy in the 47 car up into 4th place. Ed, though, in 5th. Technasi 6th. Rick 7th. Pro Trader in the 44. Then Citron and Keith side by side at the tail. Here's Rick in the 99. I want to give a shout out to the boys over the OG Midnight crew. Rick out here representing those guys. Good friend of ours. Glad to see him racing in here. He's usually pretty fast. So I'm looking forward to seeing him march his way up to the front. So yeah, Racer 10, Dak Fu, Herb, all those guys, shout out to them if y'all are watching. And here's Pro Trader in the Grambling State 44. While that was going on, Nomad to the lead around Mark McAttack. Mark's going to return the favor back to the bottom. Nomad keeping it in the center. Davey Allison to the inside of Portal. And the freight train's broken up now. It's 2 by 2. Ed to the high side. Looks like Rick and Pro Trader are closing in to this front group. Nomad peeking to the outside, trying to stay out of the wake of that dirty air. So that way he can get his car to turn through the center. Maybe set up a run for Mark to get back around him. He's got Portal to help him out there. Those are MFF teammates, second and third. Couple of new things that Phantom is doing this year as opposed to last year, as we're getting now more accustomed to how things work. Last year we ran normal draft, and to make things a bit more interesting for the drivers, maybe show that this truly is a big boy league, we decided to turn the draft down to low, which might as well feel like normal with these cars. So the draft will be low for both series, and also I think damage will be on. So no more training wheels for these guys. Davey Allison smacking the wall off of 4. He's going to lose a couple of spots, as everyone's going to gang up on him down to the inside. He's going to try to find his place in line. He's got some help from the 77, who washes up the track into turn 1. That's for 4th place. He smacks it again, smacks it really hard. He tried to avoid hitting the 99 of Rick. And no, I shoot, Stag Slayer was not able to make it tonight. Y'all let us know in the chat about like 10 minutes before we started the qualifying, so unfortunate he's not here tonight. We look forward to seeing him hopefully when the season starts. Davey Allison trying to make up some ground on the high side. Let's get to him now. Smacking it again. He's going to make that right side completely yellow. Yellower than a bee's butt. I don't know why I said that, but I did. Stick with it. 45 and 44 side by side down the front stretch. We got a couple of cars losing touch. That's the 55 of Keith. We'll get to him in a minute. Portal is now up into second. Nomad in third, Ed in fourth. Rick has now cracked the top 5 in that number 99 car. That Comscope Chevrolet for Trackhouse. Trackhouse making their debut in Phantom. As we get a lap count here. I think we're on lap 13. And this stage is 39 laps. We should have 1 pit stop. I mean, it could be close. Actually, we might have... I don't know if these cars could last about... We might actually see 2 stops. Unless we might see some ridiculous fuel saving. This might actually be a 2-stop... Look, I'm rusty, alright? I haven't been in the booth in a few weeks. And I wasn't planning on being in it tonight, so give me a break. So apologies to everyone listening. I've been sick the last few weeks. My voice is still recovering, so you have to bear with me here. Yeah, I don't remember exactly how long the fuel windows are. But these cars, they burn through so much more fuel than the old cars do. Oh, where's Nomad looking to go? He really likes that middle lane. He doesn't feel very content riding around the bottom with everybody else. Ed's still running in fourth in that 77. But it's pretty much been Mark McAtack in control all night long. As this entire line zooms on by. Through 1 and 2. Ooh, Pro Trader washing up high, really high, too high. He hits the wall. And he's going to lose the pack. And with the low draft, oh, he's gone. He's lost the group completely. Oh, but they're stacking up at the back. Ed, Rick. Oh, we might have a breakaway. These packs are dividing, splitting into 2. Uh-oh. It'll be a 3-car breakaway up at the front. These 4 here need to line up. If they can stay lined up, they can reconnect. But they're not doing that right now. My phone is ringing. As my phone is ringing, the 2-car Mark McAtack is the leader. Let's get to him now as I take this phone call real quick. We'll keep the action on him. You won't miss a thing. I will be right back. Okay, we are back. I am sorry once again. I had something to do, something to take care of. I'm not going to get into it, but I am here. It looks like we have our second round of pit stops underway. Shut up, me on the other monitor. Just had to make sure the stream is still going. Nomad is in for service. He's got some damage to the rear of his car. Not sure if that's from earlier, if that's what he has now. But he is on pit road, so here's the 23. The 5 of Technasi is out. Merging back onto the track now. And I saw the 2 of Mark McAtack made his stop already, as he had a massive lead over the entire pack. His car is completely locked in. It seemed like I'm going to have to get an update on scoring, as we have a couple more laps left in the stage. As we get an update here, the 44 car of MN Pro Trader. He's still on the racetrack as Nomad merges back up. And I believe the 44 might be scored as the leader. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Hold on, let me open up my phone again so I can look at the chat. I can just look at it here, but for some reason it doesn't load. And yeah, Pro Trader's crossing the line. And I think, yeah. Waiting for one more driver to cross the line so I can read the stage results, but it does appear to be MN Pro Trader in this number 44 NY Racing Chevrolet is the stage 1 winner. And it looks like he made it on one stop. And that was something I brought up earlier, if that was going to be a possibility that someone was going to take, and there it was. That fuel gear coming in handy, as we only have 5 lead lap cars, and our top 5 is Pro Trader, Portal Guy, Rick Slick, Mark McAtack, and Nomad. Technasi 6th will get the lucky dog. Then Davey Allison, MFF Eddo, Keith, and Ultra are all 1 lap down. That is the top 10 in our 10 car field. So yeah, it'll be MN Pro Trader in the Grambling. On the inside, Irish Spring Chevrolet, driven by Portal Guy 22. On the outside, Rick and Mark McAtack in row 2. Nomad, last car in the lead lap, in 5th. He's the 3rd car on the bottom, trying to force his way through, trying to get some spots right off the get-go. As there's a secondary fight right behind them. That's the battle for the lucky dog, in case we get another caution. Rick to the inside, battle for the lead between him and Pro Trader. Nomad with a big pull from the 99. And the 45 car also down there. That's Davey Allison getting around Portal Guy. Now Davey Allison, I think, was one of the cars a lap down. 2-car Mark McAtack on the lead lap. He's going to get by the 47 to Portal. Ooh, Davey missed the bottom. Not sure if he clipped the apron or not, but his car shot up the track. Opens up the door. Portal and Mark McAtack goes all the way down to the inside. Portal threading the needle between both of them and gets by, but not without a fight back from the 2. Something might have happened to the 45. Never mind, I need to close, no I don't. I'm trying to... This other stream is, like, freezing on me. I don't know why, it's throwing me off. But, yeah, Davey Allison's still keeping up with this pack. There's a false alarm there. He did not lose touch. So Nomad leading the bottom with Portal. But it's Rick up front in this number 99. I did say it'd be a matter of time until he caught to the front, and there he is. Took him a little bit of time to adjust. Got his car dialed in. Let's see if he can stay there. As we got a Challenger portal to the apron, back up into traffic, into Mark McAtack and into the outside wall. Hard hit for both cars. And that is going to be the caution for whoever the Lucky Dog car was. Now, Technasi, I think, got it under the stage brake, but I saw him involved. He got into a spin on the back straightaway. I'm not sure what happened there. So we do have our 6 cars on the lead lap. The Lucky Dog, you're looking right at him. The number 77 of Ed, though, is going to be the Lucky Dog recipient. He will be back on the lead lap. As we get back going, Rick will restart on the outside as MN Pro Trader will be the control car once again in that number 44. As we get back going for stage 2, 7 laps in to start lap 8. Technasi fixing his damage, gets himself up to 2nd, muscling his way through. As Nomad keeps his car pinned to the bottom, gassed up. He's going to get by him here, or at least we'll try to, down to the inside. His car not staying pinned down. He's going to move it up, keep that car gassed up. Blocks the 47, who has a big run down the front stretch with the 2 of Mark McAtack. Both those cars were involved in that accident, recovering immediately as the 99 car is sliding back in the running order. 23 getting big help from the 77. As Nomad is back to the front. Pro Trader and Portal side by side for 2nd. Mark McAtack stuck in a box, not much maneuverability for him. How is he going to be able to get through this mess in front of him and get that 2 car back to the front? We saw how fast his car was. That's something these cars are having to fight through 1 and 2. The bumps on that inside lane of 1 and 2, if you hit them wrong, those cars will shoot up the racetrack, but if they hit them nicely, they're able to keep them pinned down low. There's Portal in the 47 car, trying to build a run to get around the 8 car of Nomad. And Nomad blocks it nicely as those 2 will get together nose to tail. That Kroger car peeking around. Looks like most of the cars are just going to line up on the outside. The 44 staying there. Technasi in the 5 with help from the 2 of Mark. Those 2 are on the attack, getting around the 44 Pro Trader. Rick now to the inside. Ed back on the lead lap in that 77, keeping in touch with these cars right here. Couple of cars looking for a little more assistance here, having a hard time keeping up. Including the 23 of Citra, that both of the 2311 cars, as 2311 makes its debut to the Phantom League. Both their cars are having big trouble early on. Davey Allison in the 45 and the 23 of Ultra Citron. Michael Jordan shields your eyes. That's not what you would want to see if you're MJ, or Denny Hamlin, in fact. Technasi running wide. Got really close to the wall. Trying to see if he could build a run, but nobody was going with him. Now looks like the top 5 cars are trying to distance themselves from the 99, but he's not far enough. He can still keep up with this pack. That amount of cars, there's still enough of a draft that he can just be able to reach from a couple of tenths back. Same with the 77. As the 8 and the 47 are still in the lead. Technasi in the 5. Portal guy inside. Going for the lead at Vegas. Might have been a little bit of a early move. Probably wasn't close enough there as the 8 car has him under control. Keeps everyone at bay. Here's the 55 car of Keith. Haven't really talked a whole lot about him tonight. In the Hex.com Ford Mustang. Probably one of the more beautiful looking cars. At least most vibrant looking. It's a car I quite like. Ed's lost the pack. 77 loses touch as the 99 has reeled them in. It's a 6-car pack up at the front. And it's Mark McAttack surging back to the outside, taking the lead back. It was a matter of time as he was trying to navigate through that pack and find his way back up to the point. Gets around the 8 of Nomad. Portal trying to find a place in line. That hole is closing fast. As there wasn't enough time for him to get back in line, he had to stay down low. He might have to drop to the pack unless he can force himself in line between the 5 and the 99. He's keeping it even with these guys as his car misses the bottom entirely. How close can you go? And he's gonna let the 99 go. He's just gonna settle in at the tail. And this is your top 6 as they run. The second stage 2 laps shorter than the first one. And because of that caution, they should only be able to make it on one more stop. So as we look to Technasi here in this HendrickCars.com, Chevrolet, Mr. H liking what he's seeing out of this 5 car, running strong. Within the thick of the fight, but he's going to lose the spot to the 44. It's so hard to get anything going on the bottom when everyone else is ganged up high. The 99 is going to make an early pit stop, going for the undercut, as does the 77, trying to make up some lost ground. So we'll see how these cars merge out. Technasi signaling he's going to pit this time by. The 8 car might also be coming in as the 2 and the 44 and the 47 all go to the outside. 8 car, Nomad coming in, Technasi on pit road as well, as these 3 will stay on track. Rick is still on pit road. There's the 55 of Keith. There's a lot of comments in the chat. My phone keeps turning off. I gotta catch up with the chat here. How's everybody doing tonight? We got a lot of chatters, a lot of activity just for a practice race. Like, shout out to everyone that's watching, man. Like, make sure to tell all your friends and family that for the official start this season, which I think will be next week. Alright, so here's Rick in the 99. Who was the earliest to the pit out of that whole group. There's the 2. Mark McAttack coming out ahead of Keith, so Rick on the front stretch. I think that group hasn't pitted yet. Now there's the 8 and the 5 who pitted a lap later than the 99. Because those guys were pretty much up out in front when they pitted. The 99 was kind of at the tail of the group. So not really much ground gained there. They're very well strung out. So good execution on Nomad's crew. Now here's this group coming in onto pit road. The 2, Mark McAttack, the 47, a Portal guy. And here's the 44 Pro Trader who stayed out one more lap. He will be the last car to come in. Davey Allison in the 45 car on pit road. He's trying to make up some lost time. So let's get to Nomad here. Let's see where the 2 and the 47 cycle out. Nomad can easily get by these guys. To a Mark McAttack. Still trying to get up to speed. He will cycle out behind the 5 of Technosity, but he hits the apron. That's going to cost him a little bit. The 47 and the 99 are lined up. They can catch the 2 and try to work together. Now let's go to the 44. He's going to come out well behind this group, but he's going to have the tire advantage. He'll have the freshest tires out of everyone else in this group. But he comes out so much further behind. I don't know if the tire advantage is really going to help him all that much. The amount of laps left, we got about 12, 13 to go, I think. Yeah, so Nomad is cycled out back to the front. Technosity in the number 5 appears to be in second, unless proven otherwise. So Portal looks to be the 4th car in line. Assuming everyone in that group is on the lead lap, he is 4th. And yeah, as I've said, they've closed in, caught each other's draft. Now they're starting to close back in on each other. Now the race is back on up at the front. They've left the 99 of Rick behind. That draft's so precious. And once you lose it, it's almost game over. I can't really say it's game over now. It's only stage 2. He's still got one more stage left to decide the victory. But that is MFF Nomad in control of this race. Once again, he is looked to have one of the fastest cars in this field. But so has the 2. He's looking to challenge him again. He's peeking to the outside. Nomad trying to run him high. Let's get to that now. Penske versus Childress. Nomad inside. Mark McAttack with a big run to the outside off of 4. Keep it off the wall. Keep it gassed up. Going to the lead goes Mark McAttack. And he clears him that time by. And the battle for third's heating up as well. Portal and Technosity side by side. Let's get to that. Look at Portal. That number 47 car. As the 8's going to wash up high to the outside. Going to try to defend the position from Portal. Doesn't quite do it. Portal will leapfrog ahead of the 8 car and take over second. Now he's going to lead this trio and hunt back down this number 2, who hits the bumps. His car wiggled very aggressively through 1 and 2, and that's going to cost him a lot of time. And you can see that right there. The 47 is reeling him in and reeling him in fast. He is right there already. As this quartet of cars are up at the front, the 44. You can see him in the distance, running in 5th, got around the 99 of Rick. Once again, that 44, a MN Pro Trader, he's got the freshest set of tires. But he's so far behind this group, and they got the draft on his single car speedage. I just don't know if that's going to be enough for him to run this group down with what appears to be 5 or 6 laps to go in the stage. I'll have to check back in on that. What number is Tech? He is in the 5. And he is 4th in line. Trailing behind Nomads. There's Technosity in the number 5. You got Davey Allison in the 45. At least that's as far as the FTR guys that I'm aware of. That's where they run as they are against Stag Slayer. Wasn't able to make it tonight. He would have been in the number 9. Look at this. As I sound like Jeff Gordon for a second saying, look at this. But seriously, look at this. Battle for the lead. This time it's Portal Guy challenging Mark McAtack for the lead. Oh, but aggressive side draft from the 2. Gonna try to get back around him on the outside. That 47 having a hard time keeping that car pinned down low. The 8 car had a very close view of that. Much better job through 3 and 4. Inside lane through there, much smoother. Easier to hold on to as the 2 and the 8 make contact. Excuse me. Again, apologies, folks. 8 car is going to slide up in front of the 2 and the 5. Oh man, that's gonna almost allow Portal. He pulls away a couple of tenths, but they're still lined up, so they can run him back down. But that's if they stay lined up. The 2 car got way down low there. Here comes the 5 to the outside. So Portal is the leader. And there's Pro Trader. He does look like he's gained a little bit of time. But again, this looks like it's just not enough. So, lap and a half to go. This time by. This should be the last lap for stage 2. 1 to go. Oh, perfect timing, just as Parley asked. So yeah, this should be the last lap. Portal Guy looking to go for a stage win in Sin City. In these next-gen cars, Nomad holding off the challenge from Mark McAtack, who's looking to go to the inside into turn 3. Technasi all the way up high. Nomad defends the run from Mark, who stays pinned down to the inside. Door to door at the line. And Portal Guy, what a run it's been for him. He will be the stage 2 winner. Get the results here in just a moment. But there is your stage winner right there. No doubt about it. We'll see who got second between the 8 and the 2. It was... excuse me. Nomad in the 8 got second, then Mark McAtack 3rd, Technasi 4th, and Pro Trader 5th, Rick 6th, Eddo 7th, and also the 55 of Keith 8th, but he is back on the lead lap. Not sure when that happened. He must have but he got the lead lap at some point, so good for him. He's back in this thing. The 22311 Racing Toyotas of Ultra Citron and Davey Allison at the tail are both still 1 lap down, but I think one of them got the free pass, and that is the 45 of Davey Allison, as Davey gets his lap back. So 9 out of our 10 cars are back on the lead lap, when much early in the race we only had 5. So if we can get one more caution, that would put Citron back on the lead lap, and we'll have all 10 of these guys in the fight. As everyone's scrambling around 2 by 2 around this whole pack, trying to get settled in, trying to get around each other. Technasi with another swing to the outside of Nomad. He's got Pro Trader in his draft as they're 3 wide for 3rd. Everyone being sent way up high. Look at this, that 77 car of Ed, though, getting around the 44. Pro Trader. Technasi did not like that. He is getting shuffled back. All this beating and banging going on. He has gotten shuffled out of this group. He's going to have to fight his way back up there, as Rick Slick's now up into 4th in this number 99. So, Portal Guy remains the leader for the start of Stage 3. Mark McAtack in second, Nomad in third, so... We've pretty much seen these first two stages just who's been able to run up front for the most part. Who's got the fastest cars in the field. And we're looking at them right now. Oh, Rick goes way to the outside with look at Ed though in the 77 continuing to march forward. Davey Allison, the 45, taking every single advantage he can. He gets shifted up high. Hip check from the 77 as the 44 takes advantage of that, fills that hole off of 4. As the 44 gets around the 45 who's back on the lead lap, trying to take advantage of that every chance he can. Who looked like he was on the charge, got shifted up to the outside as the 44 returns the favor to the 77 who comes back down and he's into the wall. Ed, though, gets turned right in front of traffic and around he goes. As his car comes to a halt on the banking in turn 3. No caution was called yet, so at least not an in-game caution. We'll see whether or not a manual caution will be called. They're still racing down the backstretch. Portal Guy in the lead. Mark McAtack second. Nomad in third. Rick in fourth. Pro Trader fifth. He was one of the cars that Ed made contact with, as his car got really out of shape off of 4, or off of 2, when him and the 44 got into it. The 44 looked like he had just missed the bottom of the track. Either that or maybe the 77 didn't catch him a break there, but because it was just Ed that went around, that is not a manual caution, so this race will stay green. As Ed's car is completely crawled around the track, wounded. Just about every side of the car is wounded. He's gonna have to bring that in for some serious repairs, and I think he just brought it around again. He did. Yeah, when the car's as wounded as it is, the handling it goes away, and I think that's exactly what happened there. So Davey Allison trying to work with Rick as Ed tries to limp his car back to the pits, as he's got some serious radiator damage. So again, this is a new thing to Phantom this year. Now that we're 2 seasons in, now we're starting to adapt to... These drivers are going to have to adapt to racing with damage models, so... Something to be mindful of, as Ed's going to have 15 seconds of damage. The top 3 cars are breaking away. Davey Allison side by side with Rick Slick. Technasi trying to decide who he wants to go with. These guys are going to be side by side as the top 3. That's going to allow them to continue to pull away. As these two are side by side for 4th. Davey Allison not much help, if any, as Technasi very committed to that high lane. He's high rolling here at Vegas. Pro Trader also back there in the 44. Davey Allison still racing Rick really hard there. Finally clears the spot, and now he's going to take charge of this group and try to get everyone lined up. Rick does not want to get lined up. He's going to fight the spot back. Technasi goes back down there. Misses the bottom. He's going to wash back up in front of the 45. Gives him a hip check off of 4 as they're 2 by 2 as the top 3 continue to pull away. These guys are racing it out really hard back there. Take it easy, guys. If this race gets any more exciting, my voice is gonna go away. Gosh, tone it down a little. Yeah. Like Shady said, these are two drivers in the FTR Pro Series. Those guys race on Sundays, I believe. So, guys that are very familiar with how they race each other. Here they are meeting once again in their first ever outing in the Phantom Pro-Am Series. As Davey Allison fights back with Rick Slick on the outside in that 99. Once again, folks, this is for 4th place. As the top 3, you see them right there, they're gone. They have completely checked out from this group. As I think this group has pretty much accepted that they've lost touch with the top 3, and they're just pretty much going for best of the rest. So, at this point, the only way that this group can catch back up is with a caution. Now, I'm gonna have to ask what's up with the 23. This whole race, the 23 car of Ultra Citron, man, hasn't had the race he was looking for. He seems like his car has been struggling to keep up with the pack, and it's been surprising to see because I saw what he had in practice. When I ran practice with him and Portal Guy earlier today, his car was fast enough to run up front. Now this group finally gets lined up. Now line of 4 should be faster than the line of 3, but this line has to stay organized if they want to have any sort of hope of even running this pack down, which I don't think they will. I'm gonna have to ask Ultra if he was running a slider there, because that's what happened to him earlier when we were racing. Now, this is the battle up at the front. Not as much a battle as just a calm before the storm, if you will. As no one's really in a hurry to make any sort of move. Now, Nomad seems to be losing touch with these two. Portal Guy in the 47, been in control pretty much since the start of the final stage. That is your stage 2 winner. Leading Mark McAttack in the number 2. Nomad smacking the wall into turn 1 on entry. Trying to perfect the entry as much as he can to run these two back down, but he smacks it there. That might cost him. Different line from Mark McAttack. They're pitting the top 2 cars. Top 3 cars are coming onto pit road now. As does everybody else. This is going to be a busy pit road as all of our drivers are coming in for service except for Ed. Well, to be fair, Ed was involved in an accident earlier. He already pitted to fix damage, so that is everybody on pit road at the same time. That's a 23. For some reason, I thought the 23 was the pace car. I've been playing iRacing too much. So let's go to 47, since he was the leader. Who's still on pit road as everybody else leaves without him. Uh-oh, no. Did he get caught? I think he got caught. The 47 car, winner of stage 2, had been in control of the entire stage. Might have been caught by the speeding police, which has now handed this race over to these two, Mark McAttack and MFF Nomad. It is now a 2-horse race to the end. Wow. Unbelievable. Which now means who's in 3rd? I think it might be Davey Allison, who had spent most of this race running at the back of the pack. He's been a lap down, been fighting and clawing to get his way back up to the pack, and here he is in the podium places in 3rd. This thing ain't over. He's still got to pull off the challenge from Technasi in the 5. Rick Slick in the 99 and Pro Trader in the 44, those two have been connected pretty much the whole race. They have yet to find separation between each other as they find each other once again in this final stretch of the race, running 5th and 6th. And Portal Guy, man, if I can find him here. Man, oh man, what could have been. Now, again, this is only a practice race, so there's nothing on the line here. But these guys are fighters, man. It's a race is a race in these guys' eyes. A win is a win. Doesn't matter how you get it. And that's a win, a potential win that might have slipped away in what might have been one of the fastest cars in the field. So it's going to be Mark and Nomad up at the front. Tech Nasi is fighting Davey Allison for 3rd. Quite a ways back, you can see those specks, those moving specks up in the distance there. That's 3rd and 4th. These two they're in a league of their own right now. Man, how cool would it be if Nomad got a win here? Again, he is one of the seasoned vets in the Phantom Series, coming down to join the inaugural Pro-Am. Here's the first move. Takes a peek to the inside, makes it stick, keeps it even with the 2 as they're door to door down the back. As these two are laying all of their chips on the table, and who's going to be the one to cash in? Still even off of 4 and down the front stretch. Now we still got about, I want to say 28 to go. I'm watching MFF Ed's stream to see the lap count, but if I'm not mistaken, he is at least a lap, maybe 2 laps down. I have no idea how many laps down he is, which is going to be hard for me since I don't have any of their streams of reference here to know what the lap count is. So I'm going to have to guess based off of Ed's stream and just subtract how many laps down he may or may not be. And because there's definitely going to be another pit stop for sure in this final stage, so while that's going on, as they catch the 77 of Ed, let's at least try to go through the rest of the field here. Because again, I want this to be an introductory stream to our roster for Pro-Am. And again, a newcomer, Keith. Again, trying to learn the ropes. I think he's definitely a new guy to this series. I've never raced him before, personally, but I look forward to see how he does. And not quite the night he was looking for, but that's alright. Ed, though, makes his second stop. Again, Davey Allison. I've raced him a couple times before. Looking forward to seeing him in here as him and Tech Nasi are trying to work together. Or trying to. I'm not sure if that's helping their case here as Tech Nasi's going to the inside side, drafting him, sending him up the track, setting him up for 3. Takes the pass, makes it stick. He's gonna get the spot from Davey Allison, and Tech Nasi is up into the podium places in 3rd. But look who's running these two down, Emmett Pro Trader and Rick Slick. Pro Trader has ran away from the 99, and he's chasing these two down. This could be a battle brewing here, as the engine sound is completely gone away. And there it is, it's come back. Nomad got really close and personal in the center of 3 and 4 to the bumper of Mark McIntyre. Was already seen better days as you look at the rear, the Mustang's rear tail lights. And just about the front and rear bumpers, well, the front bumper of the 44's definitely got some scrapes. The rear's completely clean. Nomad got scrapes all across the board, mostly on the rear bumper. The front, probably not as much. 77, that car has seen better days as well. The right side of the 45 of Davey Allison's car has got some scrapes on it. I think so too. I said this at the start of the race, I think stage 1, when I was away on a phone call. I was still paying attention to some of it, and I saw how far ahead the 2 was able to get from the rest of the pack. So when in isolation, in a vacuum, it seems like the 2 car has the best speed out of everyone, but you talk about how the draft is the great equalizer. Even on low draft, the draft can still have an effect. As the 8 car Nomad, who also has a strong car, not discounting that. We've seen it run up front all night long. But it does help to have a sniff of that draft. If you're right up to that rear bumper like Nomad is right now, it definitely helps. The hell's so funny? Anyway, let's get through the rest of the pack here. And there's so much top 1% commentary. Any other day, I would agree with you. Any other day, I would agree with you. Everything NASCAR. Shout out to Everything NASCAR in the chat. Oh man, there's a lot of laughing emojis in the chat. I don't know what's going on. There's so much activity in the chat, man. This is just for a practice. I've never seen the chat so active. Shout out to everyone in the chat, man. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Portal's got some front end damage to his car, as the 99 of Rick, with his compadre, MN Pro Trader in the 44, coming in for service. Nomad's gonna undercut the 2. Nomad is on pit road now. He came in red hot. Uh-oh. I'll have to keep an eye on this. My God. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Blaney, NASCAR Cup Series winner, is in the chat. And he's got a wrench. He's gonna whack you in the head if you don't shut up. Oh, and he rears the 23 in the pits. That is a safety hazard if I've ever seen one. Technasi in the 5. Coming onto pit road, the 55 of Keith. Mark McAttack. Oh, and Davey Allison comes in way too hot. Locks up the brakes. Brings it around. And has retired the car. And looks like that'll be it for Davey Allison. It was a tough break for him. It was a hell of a comeback from the 45, with just another wrench in his plans for a solid finish tonight. Was thrown in as his car locked up, heading into the pits. And it looped him around. So here's Mark McAttack on pit road. Nomad is coming out now, as his engine has gone completely silent. Oh, we have a car spinning hard into the inside wall is Keith. That was a massive hit. And he had just come out of pit road. He's going to have to bring that thing in again. But he won't. So here's Nomad, there's Portal. Where's Mark McAttack? Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure this one out. So, the 2 cars that were running nose to tail for about a whole fuel run or so have completely separated now. Nomad had pitted a lap earlier than the 2, and now I need to figure out who the hell is up front and who got bought by the speeding police. If I were to guess, it was probably the 8 of Nomad, because I was able to see his entry, and that did not look pretty. I can only see who's running 6th through 10th. So if anyone wants an update on running 6th through 10th, I can tell you about that right now. So 6th place is Portal Guy in the 47. Keith in the 55 is running in 7th. Ultra Citron in the 23 is running in 8th. MFF Ed, though, is currently running in the 9th spot, and Davey Allison has retired from the race. So he'll be credited for 10th place. Alright, so, crap. Okay. Chat, who do you think's leading right now? Is it the 2 or the 8? Is Nomad leading, or it's Mark McAttack? I'm an idiot. Just look at the fucking map. I'm a fucking idiot. I am so sorry, guys. Mark McAttack is the leader. My prediction was correct, though. My prediction was correct. Nomad did get a speeding penalty on pit road. This is your leader, and yeah, he can put it on cruise control at this point. Dude, Davey Allison was literally resurrected from the dead just so he can race in Phantom. It's an honor. It's truly an honor. Pretty soon we'll have enough traction. We'll be able to bring in the actual Dale Earnhardt. We'll bring in Dale Earnhardt. We'll bring in David Pearson. We'll bring in Adam Petty, Kenny Irwin, all those guys back from the dead. So Mark McAttack, again, is the leader. It's no contest. I don't know if we got another pit stop coming or not, but if there is, he can go in that thing as slowly as possible, and he's not going to lose a whole lot of time. However, though, we do have a couple of cars linking up here, the 5 and the 44. Assuming they're running 2nd and 3rd, unofficially, could they carry enough speed to where they can link up and run them down? Now, they're very far behind. But it doesn't hurt to try. Does not hurt to try. Shout out to Elvin, who doesn't know how to spell Alan Kowicki. You know, Elvin, if you were on, you could probably you could have probably joined the booth chat when I was away in stage 1. That would have really helped the dead air. As we try to find stuff that's going on, everyone is running their own race. Everyone's pretty much spread out from one another. Can talk a little bit about Portal Guy here. Just trying to salvage a good run here. We've got about should be less than 10 laps to go. Alright, he's not home. Okay, that makes sense then. It's all good. But yeah, Portal Guy, man. Fast race car, unfortunately too fast, and I think same with Nomad as these two have found each other. And I think they're both nodding their heads at each other thinking, they get you too, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I know that feeling. As they're both going to be shaking their head thinking what could have been, but again, this is just a race to get accustomed to what will be coming in about a week or so when we will be having the inaugural Phantom Pro-Am season underway next week. Again, they will be on Saturdays at 9:10 Eastern Time, just like this one. So make sure to subscribe and tune in for that. And if you want to see the Pro Series, again, they will be on Thursdays at the same time, just like they were last year, but now they will be their own series, the Pro Series, and this will be the Pro-Am Series. Pro Trader fighting that car, trying to keep up with Technasi, man. He's got a little bit of front end damage, not sure if that's from right now or earlier in the race. The damage model in this game sometimes likes to keep the damage on the cars even if they fixed them earlier, which is a pain in the ass for a broadcaster like me who's trying to figure out if their car actually has damage or not. That damage could have been 5 laps ago. It could have been from stage 1 and he might have fixed it 3 pit stops ago. I don't know. But because he's losing touch with the 5 and he almost tagged the wall from massive understeer, I'm going to assume he actually did get damaged and he's fighting the handling of that car. Or maybe the 5 car is just really fast. That also could be a thing. It is a Hendrick car after all. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of people in the chat. We got the Roger Penske. I saw Ryan Blaney earlier. We got, Jesus Christ. I heard Blaney was in here. I took away his internet privileges and he went behind my back to use this. Unreal. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even want to know what Joey and Austin are doing. Or even maybe some of the IndyCar drivers. Dude, Ryan be doing some freaky stuff. He probably has like 5 tabs of Star Wars shit on it. Like, who knows what Ryan Blaney be into these days. So, this race, we should be in the closing laps here. I'm going to keep things glued on the 5 and the 44 because they're probably the only battle going on track right now. They're running 2nd and 3rd unofficially, trying to run down the 2 of Mark McAtack, who's running all by himself currently. That's him right there entering turn 1. We'll be riding on board seeing if these 2 can run him down. We got 11 viewers. Shout out to the 11 of you watching the stream right now. Again, this is just an appetizer. We get the full course meal next week. Make sure to subscribe for it. We also got another appetizer, and that is appearing to be it. They're crossing the line now. Technasi and MN Pro Trader get their cars slowed up, and that will be game, set, match for the first ever Pro-Am practice race in the Phantom Racing League. And ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Mark McAtack 010. Getting the dub here tonight in Sin City. Put all his chips on the table and wins big. So, that was Technasi and Pro Trader 2nd and 3rd, now official. Rick Slick in the 99 gets 4th. MFF Nomad, who was challenging Mark McAtack for the victory, did get caught by the speeding police. He will still get a top 5 in 5th. Portal Guy 6th, he is the stage 2 winner. MN Pro Trader won stage 1. Keith in the 55 7th. Ultra Citron in the 23 8th. 1 lap down. MFF Ed though in the 77 finishes 9th, 3 laps down. And Davey Allison retired from the race. That number 45 car after a crash coming onto pit road. So the number 45 car will be credited for 10th place. So yeah, here are the lap times. Ed though at the fastest lap at a 30.011. And all these times not far off from each other. And again, I'm going to have to ask Ultra if he was accidentally running a slider earlier. That looks like a slider time. Because I know his car was much faster than that. Oh my god, we also have former Cup Series driver and alleged wife beater Cody Ware in the chat. Wonder who in the prison system is giving him internet access. Shout out to him. Shout out to Rick Ware Racing. So I'm not sure if that's gonna be it tonight. I don't know if we're doing post race coverage or not. I don't know. I wasn't planning on doing this tonight, but here I am. So again, shout out to everyone watching. Here are some lap times. Boom. There you go. That's about 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so Citron ran a 07 too. He had to have been running a slider. He had to have been. And he just toughed it out. instead of backing out of the race, he toughed it out. But, props to him if that was the case. Because I know he had a fast car, just didn't quite show it. But Ed, man, put down a flyer of a lap time in the race at a 30.011. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 of our guys on the leaderboard for daily. Good job, gentlemen. Elvin, are you still in the chat? What's the call? Should I bring in anyone for an interview, or we just wrap it up? Or maybe if Ed's there by chance? Because I know Ed's in the, he's in the chat. Maybe he can chime in, or maybe he can add someone. Okay, top 3. So if they're still in the party, I'm gonna bring them in. Who do I? Because I gotta add them myself, I think. Or did? Yeah, I gotta add them. Damn it. All right, we got Ed in the booth. You got a copy, Ed?
Yeah, buddy.
Man, that was, I saw what happened there between you and the 44. That looked rough. Unfortunately, it about ended your race. Just walk me through what happened there.
Yeah, I kind of checked up real hard, and the 44 got under me, and I didn't quite see that he had his nose under me, and I went to come down to take my line into the turn, and it just messed me up, you know. So, and that's just a racing deal, I guess, you know.
Yeah, well, it's a new season though, new car. Seemed like you
Yep.
fared a lot better here. I know you like these cars a lot better than the old cars. What's your expectation heading into this new season?
Definitely, man. I couldn't believe I had the fastest lap of the race. First time I've had that happen in a long time against some of these guys. Some of these guys are really, really good, and it's really exciting to get that lap time like that. It had a great car, man. That car handled like a dream. Me and Elvin helped build this thing, and man, it was just fast. I love these cars. I love these new cars, the way they don't break loose and all on the exit like the 20 cars would, without giving you a warning. These right here give you a little bit of warning when they start to get loose.
Oh yeah, man. Well, looking forward to seeing you throughout the year, and
Yep,
better luck next time.
yep. I
And
think we
congrats
got.
on the fastest lap. That was a hell of a lap.
Yep, thank you, bud.
That is Ed, who finishes 3 laps down. Let's get to the man who finished 3rd, if I can find the car. There it is, number 44 of Pro Trader. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, right here, Timmy.
All right, loud and clear. So third place finish. Got the stage 1 win. Looked like on one stop there. So and also a little bit of contact between you and Ed, and kind of all over the place. But looked like you had a pretty fast car, especially towards the end. Just walk me through your race.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. It's been a few months since I raced competitively, so kind of knocking the dust off, and it wasn't too bad. I basically took my old setup. I didn't change anything on my setup, just used that for this practice race, and it wasn't bad. It was a little tight. I know earlier in the run there, I think it seemed like the 77 and I kind of touched, and I don't know what happened. That might have affected his race, so I apologize for that if we got into each other, but it could have been a little better on my pit stop entries, but all in all, it was a good night. It was a good, clean race. The competition was great, and congratulations to the two. He was asked at, obviously the class of the field, so well done, Mark Makatek, on the win there.
Yeah, and you said you're just now getting back into competitive league racing. So is this your first time with the new cars? Have you raced them before? And if not, then or if so, then like, what do you think about them, or what?
No, I got a few months of racing with the new 22 car in the last league I was in, so I was able to change a few of the setups because it seemed like when we went from the 20 car to the 22 car, the setup seemed okay, but the car got really tight with the same setup. So
Oh yeah.
it seemed like you needed to, go in and make some pretty big adjustments to loosen up the car when you went over to the 22. So I have a few of them that have changed, a few I haven't. I think the Vegas one I probably had changed, but I still was a little tight on the track tonight. I'd like to set up a little looser in that, but
Yeah, it's I know that for sure. Like especially with my Vegas car, I had to take 2 clicks of front sway bar out for that thing to turn. So
right.
and now you've got yourself accumulated with our roster of Pro-Am drivers as we're getting ready to start the season. Where do you feel like you stand? What are your expectations heading into the season?
Well, it's really, really hard to say with just this one practice race. Kind of got a little feel for the guys tonight, and my expectations. I mean, I've online raced enough where my goal for the year in Phantom is to finish top 5, and excited to be part of Elvin's Phantom Racing and join you guys and race with you guys. Really look forward to it.
All right, man. Well, glad to have you. Glad to have you on board, and congratulations on a strong run tonight.
Hey, I appreciate that.
All right, that is MN Pro Trader, our 3rd place finisher. Let's get to our runner-up in P2. Let's see if he's in the party or not. And there he is. Technasi, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, 2nd place. How'd your race go?
Yeah, I had a pretty straightforward race myself. Kind of the same thing like the 44 car did with my setup. I slapped the 2020 setup in, and that made the car really tight. So made some adjustments to loosen it up pretty much all race, going down into the pits. Yeah, I really wasn't expecting to get a 2nd place finish. The guys that were up front made a few mistakes going down pit lane and got caught speeding. So. I'll take 2nd place to start the season, I know
There
it's
you
not
go.
a points paying race, but it's some good momentum to have.
Yeah, momentum. It's a real thing, trust me. All right, so getting yourself accumulated with the roster. I'm gonna ask the same thing that I asked Pro Trader. Like, how do you feel about the season? Just what are your expectations? All that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm not really sure right now. But if I could just like finish consistently in the top 10, then I'll be happy. Be a playoff car. Try and go for a run. Maybe win the championship, but I'm not expecting it. But yeah, I'm glad to be on board racing with all these guys. It's fun racing against them.
There you go, and congratulations on the strong run tonight. That
I
is,
appreciate it.
of course, and that is Technasi, our 2nd place finisher. And now, let's get to our winner, Mark McAttack. Congratulations, welcome to Phantom.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And it looked like you had the fastest car in the field, especially in stage 1. You're pretty much definitely one of the cars up at the front between you and the 8. Made the least amount of mistakes, and that pretty much what got you up in the front, pretty much in your own zip code at the end. So yeah, just walk me through your race and how do you feel heading into the season?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely had a great time. A lot of great drivers. It was great to get acclimated with them and kind of get comfortable around some of these new guys that I haven't raced with ever before, and was able to get the pole, which I was kind of a little bit shocked about, but nonetheless, very happy to get the pole. And then I was able to lead a little bit of the early stages, and got a little bit on the wrong side of strategy. Some of them kind of made it on the one stopper, and I had to make 2 stops. But overall, as the race progressed, I was able to get back up to the front, and it was really a race between me and the 47 and the 8 car, and kind of lucked out with both of them speeding. So kind of just a little bit of luck on my side, but nonetheless, I had a great time, and I'm really excited for this season coming up.
There you go, and yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, definitely looked like you had the fastest car in the race, and got a hell of a lead at the very end. So, yeah, once again, congratulations on the win.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so that'll be it for our post-race coverage. If you can wrap it up, if anyone has a final word they want to get in or anything, y'all are free to do so.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to Ella, man, for putting together this beautiful Pro-Am series. We got a lot of fast drivers here, a lot of clean drivers, man. I'm looking forward to this thing. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to be watching it from the sidelines, man. Hopefully we get our new announcer, Hamlin Nation, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do in the booth. As
Yeah, I think he's
again,
gonna be great.
unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it tonight. They had to dig my ass out of retirement to come back in the booth for this race. So it's fun to be back. I actually kind of enjoyed it, man. And I had, even though I was kind of all over the place, I had to miss a lot of stage one because I had a phone call. So sucks that I missed
too.
that because the racing looked really close at
Yeah.
that point in the
Also,
race.
too, mention the sponsors, please, sir.
Yeah, I made sure to mention them early in the race. I will definitely do it again.
Yep.
For those that are still watching. Everything NASCAR, saw him in the chat earlier. Him and all his, he's got a lot of connections. He got Ryan Blaney in the chats. Oh damn, Skew Car. The hell? The definitely real and definitely not a fake Skew Car. Oh my goodness. In the chat. So yeah, everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, the Super Squad, longtime supporters, and also our newest additions, Everything Stop Motion Network, also known as ESMN, as their YouTube handle, and the FTR Racing League, proudly presented by Billy Holcomb, who is also our newest member of the Phantom Pro Series. So again, all of their channels are linked to right here on the channel banner, right here on the Phantom Racing League page thing. I'm very good with words. But also, shout-outs to MFF Motorsports and Chris's Auto and Towing LLC. Those are our other two sponsors that you will see on the website. The website is linked on the channel page. Should be on the top right if you're looking at it from your desktop, or it'll be on the About section on the mobile app. So, that'll about wrap it up for me. What can I say? Never say never. Maybe I'll be back in the booth again. Maybe I'll be here on Thursday. Who the hell knows? But yeah, this will be the Phantom first ever Pro-Am Series race. We are signing off for tonight. And make sure to tune in on Thursday for our practice race for the Pro Series, which will also be at Las Vegas at 9:10 Eastern Time. Which again, that'll be on Thursday at Las Vegas. So make sure to tune in for that. Again, thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the stream, all that sort of stuff. Click the bell so you don't miss a race anytime we go live. Yeah, we'll be signing out. Take care.